Hi there, this is Jennifer with Rome Fields, and today is day 85 of our 100 days of knit stitches. And today's stitch is a chevron lace. Now you'll want to cast on in multiples of 8. I am starting from row 0, just from the very beginning, because it has a different repeat. So instead of repeating on row 1, you're going to repeat on row 3. So I'm going to start at the very beginning. So I'm using Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick yarn and size 11 knitting needles, and cast on in multiples of 8 plus 1. So I'm going to cast on 17 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and I'm cutting it close, and 17. So we have 17 stitches. Double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So row 1 is the right side of your work. So whenever you cast on using the long tail cast on method, you have a noticeable front knit side, back purl side. So what I like to do is I like to knit 1, purl 1, so that I can have the other side be my front row. So this is not part of the pattern. I just think it looks better when you're all finished to have the knit side be the front side with all your knit stitches. So this I call row 0. Just a knit and purl. It also helps keep it laying flat, and it doesn't tend to curl as much. All right, so we'll get started on row 1. Row 1, we're going to start our repeat. So we're going to knit 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to yarn over, knit 2 together, and I like to loosen that a little bit. I seem to make my knit 2 together stitches kind of tight, and then we're going to knit 1, and then we're going to start our repeat over. So we're going to knit 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, knit 2 together. So we do an increase and a decrease. Knit 1, and then we're going to knit this last stitch. Now row 2 and all even rows are purl stitches. So we're just going to purl all the way across, and it just kind of brings it all together. And this is going to be a 10 row repeat, because we're going to repeat with row 3 after we have finished our 12 rows. Oops. All right, so now we're ready for row 3, and this is where we will begin our repeat once we come to the end of our row 12. So we start with this tip of our chevron. So row 3, we're going to start our repeat. So we're going to knit 3 stitches. We're going to knit 2 together through the back loop. So I'm going to the inside to the back, and I twist it and pull it through. And that one's a little tight too, so I kind of like to loosen it. So that gives you your left leaning decrease. So we decreased 1 stitch, and then we're going to yarn over to increase a stitch, and then knit 1, We're going to yarn over to increase a stitch, and then we're going to knit 2 together, decreasing 1 stitch, creating that left lean. And then we're going to start our repeat over with a knit 3 stitches, knit 2 together through the back loop. So we're going to go inside those 2 stitches, grab it, and pull. Yarn over, knit 3, and then yarn over, oh, so I did knit 3, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 2 together, knit 1, 2, 3, knit 2 together through the back loop, yarn over, knit 1. That's where I went wrong. So just going to backtrack a little bit. So we have our knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over. Then we're going to knit 2 together, and then we're going to knit that last stitch. So yarn over, knit, yarn over. All right. So now we're ready for row 4. So we're going to purl all these stitches. Bring them all together. All right, now we're ready for row 5. So we're going to knit the first stitch, which is not part of our repeat. And then we're going to start our repeat, which is knit 1, knit 2 together through the back loop, yarn over, knit 3, 2, 3. Then we're going to yarn over and knit 2 together. So we decrease, increase, knit, increase, decrease. And then we're going to repeat. So we knit 2 together. So we're going to knit 1, knit 2 together through the back loop, yarn over, knit 3, yarn over, and then knit the last 2 stitches together. Alrighty, and then we're ready to purl. Oops, purl all those stitches. All right, that was row 6. So now we're ready for row 7. We're going to start with our repeat, which begins with a yarn over. And we're going to knit 2 together through the back loop. Nothing strange there. Now we're going to take this stitch that we just created and put it back on the left needle. And we're going to take this next stitch and pass it over that stitch. So we're still creating that right decrease, or right leaning decrease, and then we're going to just slip that stitch on over. And then we're going to yarn over, knit 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to start over, yarn over, knit 2 together through the back loop, slip it off, slip it back onto the left needle, and then we're going to pass that stitch over it to decrease and right lean. Then we're going to yarn over and knit 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have one more stitch at the end to knit. All right, so we're gonna, oh my goodness. Purl. All right, so this is row 8, so we're ready to purl all of these stitches. And then row 9, we're going to increase some stitches. So it's a little different. So we're going to increase 2 stitches on this row. So we're going to knit 1. We're going to start with our repeat. And then we're going to knit 1 into the front and the back. And then we're going to knit 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and repeat. Knit 1, knit 1 front and back, knit 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then knit 1. So we increased 2 stitches on that row, but we did not decrease any. But we'll decrease 2 stitches on the next row. Row 11. We're doing row 10 now. All right, so now we're ready for row 11. And we're going to start with our repeat of knit 2 together. So we're going to knit these first 2 together. Knit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we decreased 1 stitch already. We're going to yarn over, increase a stitch, knit 2 together to decrease a stitch, and then knit 1. And we'll start our repeat over. So we're going to knit 2 together. So we're decreasing. Knit 4. Yarn over. Knit 2 together. Knit 1. And then we're going to just knit that last stitch. And then row 12, we will purl all those stitches. Okay, so see here on row 11, we created another loop here. It was just a little bit different, so we increased and decreased. So I'll go ahead and make the swatch bigger and then get a picture of it so you can see the final swatch. So that was definitely different. I have not done a knit 2 together through the back loop where you pass a stitch over, kind of a double decrease. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's new stitch, and I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.